but he would withdraw to desolate places and pray.
Today I talked with God. A comment by Robert A. Cook, president of King's College in New York, renewed my appreciation for the privilege of prayer. Speaking at a meeting, Cook said that the day before he had been at a gathering in Washington and had talked with Vice President George Bush. 2 hours later, he spoke briefly with President Ronald Reagan. Then, smiling broadly, Cook said, "But that's nothing. Today I talked with God." This story reminds me of the youngster who was asked by an atheist, "How do you know there's a God?" The youngster replied, "I know. I just spoke to him this morning." The great importance of prayer can be seen in the life of Jesus. Every major decision in his life was preceded by prayer. He prayed before baptism. He prayed all night before choosing his apostles. He prayed before his transfiguration. He prayed before his passion. He prayed early in the morning. He prayed late at night. Let me share with you these words of Henry Nouwen about the prayer of the life of Jesus. In the morning, long before dawn, he got up and left the house and went off to a lonely place and prayed there. In the middle of the sentences loaded with action, healing, suffering, people, casting out devils, responding to impatient disciples, traveling from town to town, preaching from synagogue to synagogue, we find these quiet words. In the morning, long before dawn, he got up and left the house and went off to a lonely place, and there he prayed. In the center of breathless activities, we hear a restful breathing. Surrounded by hours of moving, we find a movement of quiet stillness. In the heart of each involvement, there are words of withdrawal. In the midst of action, there is contemplation. And after much togetherness, there is solitude. The more I read this nearly silent sentence, locked in between the loud words of action, the more I have the sense that the secret of Jesus' ministry is hidden in that lonely place where he went to pray, early in the morning, long before dawn. Prayer is the heaven of help, the fountainhead of salvation, a treasury of assurance, a saving anchor in time of storm, an illumination to those in darkness, a staff for the weak, a shelter in time of trials, a source of recovery at the time of sickness, a shield of deliverance in war, an arrow sharpened in the face of enemies. My Lord Jesus Christ, you often withdrew by yourself and prayed. Help me to always turn to you in prayer.